This is the Timeout Nelson Sam, and today we'll be going over topics like who's the NFL MVP. Okay, but to start off today, we'll be doing NBA start, bench, and cut, okay? Our first category is the dunkers, okay? We've got Tracy McGrady, Dr. J, or Julius Erving, and Vince Carter. Nelson, what order do you put these people in?
I'm starting Vince Carter, cutting Tracy McGrady, and benching Dr. J.
Personally, I have Tracy McGrady starting, Vince Carter on the bench, and Dr. J is cut. Okay, next we have the big men of today. Okay, we have Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, and Joel Embiid. Now, who do you have?
I'm starting Joel Embiid. I'm cutting Nikola Jokic, and I'm benching Rudy Gobert.
Interesting defense. As I say, defense wins championships. Yep. I'm starting Joel Embiid, benching Nikola Jokic, and cutting Rudy Gobert.
All right. Next one?
Yep, next we have the game changers. So we have Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, and James Harden. Nelson, how do you put these people three in order?
I'm starting Allen Iverson, I'm starting Dwayne Wade, benching Allen Iverson, and cutting James Harden.
I am starting Allen Iverson, benching James Harden, and cutting Dwayne Wade.
Nuh-uh.
Okay. Next we have the young people, okay? We have Devin Booker.
Where's the old people?
Huh?
Where's the old people? Don't we have to do something for them too?
We have Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, and Ben Simmons. Nelson, how you putting these three in order?
I'm starting Devin Booker. I'm benching Ben Simmons, and I'm cutting Jason Tatum.
I'm starting Jason Tatum, cutting Ben Simmons, benching Ben Simmons and cutting Devin Booker.
All right. Do we have any more?
Yep, we got
what
two
about
more.
The old people?
Well, I mean, technically kind of like this, but we got the 2000s point guards. We've got Steve Nash, Chauncey Billups, and Chris Paul. Now, who do you got?
I'm starting Steve Nash, putting Chauncey Billups on the bench and cutting Chris Paul.
I'm starting Chris Paul, benching Steve Nash, and cutting Chauncey.
All right, what's the next one?
That is the last one.
Oh, you said there's two more.
My mistake. Okay. Today we only have two topics today, but the next one will be a long one. Who is the NFL MVP? Nelson?
What do you think, Sam?
I'm sorry?
I said, what do you think, Sam?
I've got Lamar Jackson. 2 in a row, baby.
I'm not feeling it.
Who you got?
I'm not feeling it. I have Russell Wilson. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler and 1-time Super Bowl champ, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. His QB record is 5-1-0. His completion percentage is 71%. He has almost 2,000 yards this season, and he gets 8 yards per attempt. He has 22 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Okay, I've got 2 words for you. Second year. Lamar Jackson is in his second year. He's been a Pro Bowler. He's been an All-Pro. He's been an MVP. That's it. If you want me to go over his stats, that's kind of irrelevant considering his completion rate is 63%. He has 1,135 yards with trash receivers. He averages 7 yards. He has 10 touchdowns. Has 2 touchdowns this year. Beat that.
2 touchdowns.
No, 2 interceptions, 10 tutties.
Russell Wilson, he didn't have a great year last year, but what are Russell Wilson's wide receivers? DK Metcalf? Who else?
And, sorry, I can't remember his name right now. But DK Metcalf, who just made one of the best tackles I've seen this year, and he's a wide receiver.
He hulked that dude.
He is a top 15 wide receiver in the league.
Still, that's one wide receiver. You can't throw it to one wide receiver and get
Tyler Lockett.
8 yards of completion.
Respond to this, Tyler Lockett. In my opinion,
Okay, 2 wide receivers.
In my opinion, on Adam Thielen level.
Adam Thielen is not the best.
Well, Adam Thielen's a good wide receiver, if you ask me, and Tyler Lockett's better than him. So now let's compare that to the Ravens wide receivers. Okay, on the Ravens, we got not the best wide receivers. Okay, we have Marquise Brown, and then if you Google Ravens wide receivers, it says Marquise Brown. And that's the only thing it says. It says Marquise Brown.
Still, they have 2 really good tight ends. One being Mark Andrews. And still, if you're a good QB and you put it in the right spot for a wide receiver to catch it, no matter the wide receiver, he was gonna probably catch it.
No.
Yes.
And I want to ask you, the Ravens do not play that play style. When do they send their tight ends for passes?
Lots of times.
Not lots of times. Can I hear how many interceptions Russell Wilson has?
6. He also throws. This is the most. He throws the ball out of the most QBs. He's bound to have 6 interceptions.
You know why? Because he can't scramble. Unlike Lamar Jackson, who could be a running back if you wanted to.
Still, whatever their name, scrambling QBs. The QBs that tend to scramble a lot, they tend to get hurt more. So, who's a better QB to have on your team? Russell Wilson.
Let me ask you this. Would Russell Wilson be good if he played for the Ravens? No.
Yes.
He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Tell me what he would do. When their trash wide receivers can't get open, he's going to drop back and get sacked every single time.
Well, then, he can just run the ball.
Which he can't do.
I don't see why the Ravens offense would throw the ball with bad wide receivers when they can just run it with a decent wide receiver. Why would they throw the ball with bad wide receivers? Just train them to block and then
they send a field goal blitz every time if they didn't. Plus, they have Lamar Jackson who can put it in there.
Exactly. If you put it in with any QB and you put it in there and put it in a place where a wide receiver can get his hands on it, NFL wide receivers are like the best wide receivers in the world.
Which is what Russell Wilson can't do, nor can he scramble. He's 31. You can't say anything about that.
Russell Wilson will put the ball in a pocket or place where nobody but the wide receiver can get it. Wide receivers are going to have to make difficult catches, but as long as the QB puts it in a place where nobody else but the wide receiver can get it, then...
Which is what Lamar Jackson does, not what Russell Wilson does.
That's what Russell Wilson does. In 6
No.
games, he has 2,000 yards and 22 touchdowns. How many yards and touchdowns does whatever his name is Lamar have?
Lamar has 10 touchdowns. You know why?
10.
He could get way more than Russell Wilson.
Because he's not.
But when the wide receivers aren't open, he doesn't jeopardize that because he can run. Unlike Russell Wilson.
How many rushing yards does whatever doesn't have?
I'm sorry, say that again?
How many rushing yards does Lamar Jackson have?
Lamar Jackson rushing. Are you sure you even want to compare that to Russell Wilson?
How many rushing yards does Lamar Jackson have?
You don't want to compare it, Nelson.
Just tell me how many rushing yards Lamar Jackson has.
Rushing yards? He has 108. Or no, excuse me. Not 108. He has some 400, 500 yards.
Okay, well, you got on that one. But still, Russell Wilson throws the ball instead of being a running back. A quarterback has to throw the ball. A quarterback doesn't run the ball.
Excuse me about that 500 yards. He has 919. You know why? Because the wide receivers are trash. And because if you put it in their hands, they won't catch it.
That's this season, no way.
Yes, that's this season. The first 7 games.
Still, Russell Wilson is just a better QB. Overall, Russell Wilson is a better QB.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
If Lamar Jackson just keeps up his steady, whatever it's called, Pro Bowl, and he's not even going to make the Hall of Fame. He plays for 10 years and gets 10 Pro Bowls.
Lamar Jackson's not going to make the Hall of Fame.
Well, it's hard to tell since he's only played 2 years, but no,
He's
I don't
going to
think
make
so.
the Hall of Fame.
If the people who pick the Hall of Famers had to choose between Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson, then most of the people, would choose.
I'm messing up here.
Wilson.
He has 346 rushing yards. Excuse me. That's on me.
Are you going to change that one more time?
I'm not. He has 346. .346 final.
All right.
Anyways, that is the Timeout Nelson Sam. Make sure that you subscribe, like the video, put a comment down below, anything you want us to debate in next episode. But till next time.